Okay, if you're new to the channel, I'm Tom and I normally sail fast boats. This is sort of something different for me, so I wanted something that was a bit rare and interesting that I could sail with my son who's just turned 2. This came up on Facebook Marketplace. I got it for $1,200. It turned out it's actually like the holy grail of dinghy cruising boats. So dinghy cruising is like sailing a small sailing dinghy, obviously, somewhere, putting a tent up on it and staying overnight and then sailing back and so on. So it's quite a big movement around the world, and I've always wanted to get into it. So this is a Roamer 14 designed by Eric Coleman in the 70s, who founded the Dinghy Cruising Association. I think there's about 2 or 3 of them in Australia. And I'm just going through the process of making it sailable. So this week I was thinking, what do I name this boat? Obviously it needs to have a pretty cool name, and I was sort of driving along the freeway thinking, and then it hit me. What song came out in the 70s and kind of sounds like Roamer? And then I remembered My Sharona. So then, obviously, I bet if you go to like a Roamer event in England, all of the boats have the same name because it's so obvious. My Sea Roamer. Like My Sharona. Get it? So yeah, that's what we're going with. My Sea Roamer. Anyway, let's get into this week's video. So the first thing I needed to do was just clean the boat. Everything I can find indicates that it hasn't really been sailed since 2002, if it was even sailed then. So I got on my spray can and paper towel and started cleaning.
Can it just be us tonight? Under the night sky, gonna make my skin rise. Can it just be us tonight? Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic? 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 Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. If you're in the dark, secrets I keep. Let the world just fade away. You're all I need. Can it just be us tonight?
So my Sabre sailing friend Brandon wanted to come around and see the ultimate cruising dinghy, and I just thought I'd film his reaction to such a unique boat.
My goodness. You plan to sleep on this?
Yeah.
How?
So the bed goes down there, so these unclip and then go across there to make like a table.
Oh,
And then you can put like a mattress down either side, like an air mattress on these floorboards that are over there. So that'll actually be the cockpit floor, and then all of this can be storage. And then you can sleep down each side, and then this is like a tent that unrolls, but I'll get a new tent eventually. And then that goes along the boom, and the oars go up where they are over there on your side. So that, like, one on each side, so that brings up this level, so it's higher than it would normally be. So you've got like good headroom above your bed.
Little boat, orange and tough, you see, cruising waves like it's meant to be. Speed upgrades make it swift and mean. Watch it sail on your YouTube screen. My sea roamer tearing tides apart. Bright and bold moves with a heart. Engine roars and the wind it tames. Everyone knows it by name. Oh, my sea roamer goes so fast. Leave the doubters in the past. Every wave it conquers with style. Orange warrior every mile. a fearless night, cutting through the darkest night. You think it's small, but don't judge quick. This little boat got the biggest kick. It's a star in the ocean's play. 24/7, it's on display. On the screen and under the moon, making waves and chasing tunes. Oh, my sea roamer goes so fast. Leave the doubters in the past. Every wave it conquers with style. Orange warrior, every mile.
So as I mentioned in the previous video, I was thinking about using this B14 topmast as a bowsprit to make the boat a lot more powered up, basically doubling the sail area. I did think maybe a wetter kite off those little wetter trimarans that I'll put on the screen now would be a great sort of code 0 / windy weather Spinnaker. So go upwind when it's light with a lot of power, or have something small and controllable that's flat when it's windy. So I reached out to the Australian wetter dealer in Sydney, and he put me in touch with Colin, who's the Victorian wetter dealer, and they were so good. They came straight back to me in like 5 minutes and gave me a few different options in terms of second-hand Spinnakers. There's either the 12.3 metre one, I think, which is a big one that they use for non-class racing, which is quite deep, or there's this one, which is the standard one the boats have had for years. I elected to go with the standard one because it's smaller and flatter, so it achieves the goals that I wanted out of this sail, and then I'll find a deeper sort of 29er style Spinnaker to go right off the end of the bowsprit and stuff later for deeper angles. But yeah, right now we're just going to whack this up, see how it fits, where the sheeting points need to go, and if it's even going to work. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Leave the doubters in the past. Every wave it conquers with style.
Okay, here we go, moment of truth. Are my internet stalking skills of different classes, class rules, up to scratch? And will this work, or did I just waste 150 bucks?
Warrior, every mile. Oh, my sea roamer goes so fast. Leave the doubters in the past. Every wave it conquers with style. Orange warrior, every mile. You and me stuck on the ocean now. Nothing but waves and they're spilling in. I wanna dry up, but you just keep on going, don't you? I don't even know how we got here. All my reasoning have disappeared. I wanna
So as you can see, we've suffered our first setback of the campaign. The mast is about a metre longer than the sail. So my best theory here is maybe the sail actually looks the same as the ones in the other pictures. So I think, I've always thought this boat looked like it was sort of built by someone that was trying to make it fast. So it's got like diamond stays where they don't normally have them and stuff. So maybe he's put a longer mast and boom on it, but then the sail maker's got the plans for the original sails that are as per the normal rig. Because it looks like that was how it was meant to be, but now the spars are too long. So it just looks stupid because I've got like a metre of potential power just sitting up there doing nothing. Got another foot of boom overhanging the transom I could use over here. So I reckon, I don't know, I'm gonna have to do something about that. So we thought we'd take the opportunity while we had the rig up just to see what the storm sails looked like. So you can chuck a couple of reefs in this main easy enough once it's set up. And then it's got this tiny little storm jib we saw in episode 1, which is just the coolest little thing ever. Like, I can't imagine how much wind you would actually need to sail in this configuration, but yeah, it's really cool to know that you've got that option if you need it.
It's not too late. No, we lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus. You were could be ourselves. Didn't have much, but nevertheless, we were true to each other. But now we don't even bother. I remember you being hopeful, but the tall waves have worn us down, and slowly we are drowning. That's why you need to come with me, with me, with me. Turn around 180 degrees and cross this.
Peter, who owns Boatworks, he saw my video with the Roamer, and yeah, he has an old outboard kicking around in his factory that he said he'll donate to the channel, because yeah, the racing sailor in me wants to keep the weight out of the ends of the boat and keep everything light, but as a responsible parent, I think I should have an engine on just in case yeah, something comes up and say there's no wind and I need to get back to shore, or I break something. I should have an engine on the back of the boat. So yeah, let's go and see what Peter's got kicking around. He's always got some cool stuff. He's like the trailer sailor guru. Whenever I have trailer sailor questions, he's a man to ask. He's also helped me out a lot in the past with other projects, like the sailing canoe I built in my bedroom. Peter lent me a longboard so I could fare it. So yeah, good guy to know. And let's go see what he's got. Look at that, 4 horsepower Mercury. Perfect. Peter was also showing me this e-propulsion unit he was developing for his own boat. He's got a bigger trailer sailor, so yeah, pretty cool. Dead quiet, like doesn't make a sound, and obviously if you like moor your boat for a while with solar panels or a wind generator, it'll charge itself, so you don't have to deal with like petrol and stuff. So yeah, pretty cool, but probably a bit beyond the budget for my Roamer at the moment. Thank you.
I will not let us fade away. It's not a price.
So the outboard didn't initially fit on the back of the boat because there was this metal bar that went across the back that looked like someone had started building a Traveller and then kind of gave up. So it's not in any pictures of any other Roamers, so I just took it off. Good job. Reach. Yay! Good job! So once we saved some weight by getting rid of that metal beam, we found that the outboard still didn't fit because the reinforcing pad on the back of the transom was actually too thick for the outboard to fit over. But the outboard did fit on another part of the transom, and then I just lashed it on to make sure it wouldn't fall off. I then filled it up with some fresh 2-stroke fuel, and Peter at Boatworks also supplied this like external outboard bracket that both goes up and down, so I can get good engagement in the water with the prop and also lift it up out of the water to reduce drag. And then look at this. And then suddenly it wasn't singing like a bird anymore. This is a bit outside my comfort zone, with my knowledge of outboard motors being basically how to use them to get out to the start line and topping up the oil at the Yacht Club working bee. Fortunately, my dad knows a bit more about motors and fixing things, and he was able to kind of talk me through the process of what to look for. So eventually we narrowed it down to the valve that turns the fuel on or off. When you turn the fuel on, the fuel would just pour into the bottom of the boat instead of into the carburetor. So even though I probably could have eventually borrowed enough money or saved up to buy an outboard new, I already feel 1,000 times better about this one now that I've actually pulled it apart and started to get my head around it. Okay, it's time to start getting into the painting of the Roamer to get rid of the yellow and the cream and all the other weird colours on the deck. So yeah, I sort of thought about sanding it, but I don't really want to spend the Christmas holidays sanding yellow paint. So I found this stuff called lemon peel. It's made by Boatcraft Pacific, who are the boat coat epoxy people. So if you've seen that, this is their paint stripper. It's meant to be a little bit less harmful than other paint strippers because it's got citrus and stuff in it. So I'm going to give that a go. Obviously this isn't one where you want to stuff around with safety equipment and stuff, like half-assing it by getting the cheap stuff. So on their website they had a respirator, so I got that. I got the gas protection cartridges to go with it. They recommend also having the dust ones on top of those. So I got those. I've got the cheap brushes from them. So I think I've got the right gloves. We'll soon find out. I got my safety goggles. So basically the procedure seems to be paint this on nice and thick, cover it immediately with drop sheet, leave it for 20 minutes, and then come back with your nice wide scraper and slowly peel the plastic up and scrape. So I'm hoping this works, because it'll be a lot better than sanding for like 2 weeks. So I'm going to do these floor panels. So these are the cockpit floor. The hiking straps were here. Mainly because they're dead flat and they look like crap. So we'll start off with these and see how we go.
My mind says yes, you've been here for quite some time, but my heart tells me you should stay a little while. Are we at the end or are we at the start? 129 beats per minute from my heart. Anywhere with you is where I long to roam. Night or day, I'm taking you all away. 'Cause my heart screams, let me carry you home. Bright lights and colors, love is for the ones who dares to wait. No use in running when all I really want is to make you stay. Mind says yes, you've been here for quite some time, but my heart tells me.
So I needed to take the boom tent off so I could wash the boat. This would have been a bit easier if someone wasn't putting all the screws back in the holes as I was trying to take them off. But eventually we got the old boom tent off and the boat already looked a lot better. I then took it to the car wash to try and get rid of the petrol smell from my attempts at being a outboard mechanic a couple of days earlier. And the boat's come up a lot better. Of course, this meant that the boat was full of water again, and I had to spend a fair bit of time on the bilge pump. The bilge pump situation is definitely something I'm going to address before I sail this thing. I'm still not sure if I'm going to go manual or automatic. If anyone has any thoughts, let me know in the comments. Like, manual's obviously a bit easier and doesn't require electricity and so on. At the moment I'm thinking maybe a cheap little auto electric one and then a manual one as a backup.
'Cause my heart screams, let me carry you home. 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 Let me carry you home.
Can it just be us tonight? Under the night sky, gonna make my skin rise. Can it just be us tonight? Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic?
Alright, so thanks for watching. I hope you liked this week's video. Have a great Christmas and everything. Thanks to everyone again that signed up on the Patreon. It's so cool that there are people that want to support the channel. I'll put the link in the description for that. But I think next week's probably going to be another moth video. Got a really unique race at the end of this week to do on the moth, so got to get back into that and get it out on the water. And we'll keep working on the Roamer in the background.
I see Roamer tearing tides apart. Bright and bold moves with a heart. Engine roars and the wind it tames. Everyone knows it by name.